Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mystery March 2020. And our look at Veronica Mars Season 1 continues with Silence of the Lamb. So, let's take a look-see at it. One morning, Veronica talks to Keith about a case involving an old serial killer, the E-String Strangler, who has made a reappearance. Whilst also complains to her about the panic that she's been going throughout the town because of the killer. But about the panic that's been going throughout the town because of the killer. Meanwhile, another student, Jackson, asks Veronica to track his parents. Sheriff Don Lamb and the mayor of the town meet with Keith. After the conversation, Keith comes out and tells Veronica gleefully that he's going to start working at the sheriff's department again. But Keith says that it's only temporary, but he is getting paid his regular salary. Later, another student asks Veronica for help with her parents. Sheriff Lamb and Keith explain the case to other police officers, but they have conflicting styles. Meanwhile, Veronica's parent-seeking business takes off, and Cindy Mac McKenzie notices. Mac comes up with an idea to double their fees, so they will eventually have enough money for retirement savings. Veronica says she'll think about it. Veronica also finds that Mac's parents once sued the Neptune Hospital for $1 million. Veronica finds that Mac was switched at birth. Keith and Sheriff Lamb visit a record shop, but they find nothing. Veronica visits Mac's house, and she shows Veronica her room. Veronica tells her that she was switched at birth with a popular cheerleader, Madison Sinclair. Bum bum bum. Keith and Sheriff Lamb talk to a suspect, who leads them to a man called the Worm, who responds hesitantly. Both of them think he is the killer given that he had a guitar. Veronica, Mac, and Wallace invite themselves over and crash Madison Sinclair's 09er party. Mac looks around the house and meets her biological sister, with whom she connects. The new police officer tells Keith and Sheriff Lamb that the Worm's guitar strings match the strings which were used to strangle the victims. Veronica bribes the new police officer and steals the Lily Kay murder files with the help of Weevil. Veronica listens to the tape she stole and doesn't find anything until she hears a suspicious synthesized voice. Keith and Sheriff Lamb talk to the Worm, who sexually abused both the victims. The Worm demands a lawyer. Veronica contacts Mac about the synthesized voice and tells her there was a reason why she was not switched back to the right parents. Mac goes to Madison Sinclair's house under the guise of looking for her purse. A woman runs screaming into the sheriff's department, reporting a missing daughter. Keith tracks Veronica out of fear for her. He finds Veronica and tells her about the new missing girl. Keith breaks into the record shop he entered earlier with the man who previously mocked him. Mac tells Veronica that she's decoded the message. Veronica eventually says that she knows whose voice it is. Mac sees her biological mom waiting in the car outside with tears in her eyes. She puts her hand on the window and touches her mom's hand before her mom drives away. It turns out that the voice is Clarence Weedman's voice, the man who took unauthorized photos of her. Veronica takes pictures of him and his family and sends them to him as revenge. Oh, that's a good one. So now let's look at some cultural references. Many cultural references are made in the episode. The title of the episode is a direct reference to the novel The Silence of the Lambs by Thomas Harris. Madison's parents sent her a string quartet which plays Birthday for her birthday. And by birthday, I'm talking about the Beatles song, obviously. Veronica mentions Rod Serling. Sheriff Lamb compares the E-String Strangler to the case of the Hillside Strangler murders, a real-life incident in which two men strangled tens of girls to death. Veronica references the Internet Movie Database, now known as IMDb. Keith is surprised that Sheriff Lamb has never seen This Is Spinal Tap. I haven't either. Mac and Veronica mention Fievel Mouskowitz, a character of the 1986 animated film An American Tail. Mac's blood sister is reading The Westing Game. Mac derides Madison's art appreciation by saying that she wouldn't recognize Claude Monet's water lilies unless Revlon created and named a nail polish after it. Keith and Sheriff Lamb decide whether or not to play good cop, bad cop with their suspect. Mac's adoptive father references the 2000 memoir, A Heartbreaking Work of Staggering Genius. And now on to the music. Several songs are played in the episode. Birthday by the Beatles, Brilliant Sky by Sabia, Fireflies by Amy Cooke, and The Way You Are by 46 Bliss. And now finally onto the production. Series regulars Jason Dohring and Teddy Dunn, who play Logan Echolls and Duncan Kane respectively, do not appear in the episode, despite being credited. This episode is also the first to air in 2005 as opposed to 2004. However, this and the previous episode are the only episodes of the series to be aired out of production order. The previous episode, An Eccles Family Christmas, was produced after this episode, but was aired before due to An Eccles Family Christmas being a Christmas-themed episode, which aired as the season's final episode of the year in December 2004. In addition, UPN also aired this episode later because executives believed that the material was too dark for the holidays. The episode's title is a semi-joke reference to the 1991 horror thriller The Silence of the Lambs and the 1988 novel of the same name on which the film was based. The film, the novel, and the episode all deal with serial killers and the brave female detectives who hunt them down. In the case of Silence of the Lambs, this character is Clarice Starling. Among this episode's guest stars are Tina Majorino, who makes her second appearance on the show after Like a Virgin, and Aaron Paul, who will later receive 3 Primetime Emmy Award wins for his performance as Jesse Pinkman on Breaking Bad. So overall, I think that this episode is not bad, and it is kind of interesting about the whole Mag finding out that she was switched at birth with a freaking cheerleader, and that cheerleader being Madison Sinclair. I mean, seriously? What the frig? So, yeah. So, overall, I give Silence of the Lamb 3 marshmallows out of 5. Well, tune in a bit as we take a look at Clash of the Tridents. So, until then, remember everyone, the game's afoot.